Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Akron Buzz, and I'm Tim Daugherty, joined in the studio today from the members of the band Red Sun Rising on the Razor and Tie label with a brand new release called Polyester Zeal. And we're here to talk to them about this new latest work. But I think first, since we're on video here and also playing some of this audio back on the radio, let's go around one at a time in a clockwise fashion. I want you to introduce yourselves, full name, and tell us what it is you do in the band.
Cool. My name is Tyler Valenza. I play guitar.
I'm Ryan Williams, guitar.
Pat Jurasia, play drums.
I'm Ricky Miller. I'm bass and vocals.
Mike Prodich, vocals and guitar.
First of all, let's talk about the brand new album. Now, I know this is not your first, but what is so special about this particular disc that you guys have, Polyester Zeal?
I think it's different for all of us, but for me in particular, it does have some older songs on it that we kind of revamped, and then it has a bunch of material that we wrote in Los Angeles while recording that. So it's kind of almost tells the story of our whole journey, because it has older material that we brought up and the new stuff. Not to mention it's our first national release.
Yeah, first major release.
That's the one, huh?
And it's very, the first time we've got to national radio, and it's, it's just really exciting.
We'd also like to point out that this particular taping, the song, the other side is sitting at number 10 on the media-based chart.
Correct.
Yes.
So it's zooming up the charts, as they say.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. It's exciting. For how short of a period of time it's been out, it's doing really well. It's moving fast.
I know you guys have obviously been doing this for a long time.
Right.
You've been through the bars, the whole circuits. You've done all the traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So this has got to feel pretty exciting for you guys.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's great.
Definitely.
It's the first time, too, I think, what was important for all of us is we actually got to just focus on that. We spent 3 months writing and recording this record without, interference from anywhere else, where before, we'd get out of work, run home, do whatever we had to do, get to the studio when we could. Hopefully the guy was there, that kind of thing. And
Right.
we're really excited and really proud of this record.
But now you're all local guys, right?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
except for
this guy.
Except for our drummer.
Okay. Where are you from, Pat?
I'm from upstate New York. I live in LA right now, so
Okay.
when the guys did the record out there, we'd been friends before for years, and when they started the recording process, we kind of reconnected. And,
Okay.
Now he's in the real LA, which is Lower Akron.
Right, even better.
Well, the thing is, we've known about you guys for a long, long time, and we kind of watched you guys, and you played some gigs with us in downtown Akron over the years, and obviously you had this huge upswell of people, your family, your friends, the people who go see your shows would always call us and tell us about you guys. We said, yeah, we know about them. They're great. These guys are awesome. And now suddenly you're on the fast track here.
Yeah, it's cool, and just to mention the fans here, they really have helped us, support us and kept us going. Yeah. Every time we'd go out on the road and, you'd play those shows where it'd be like 5 people somewhere, when we first started. And you'd come back home and you'd fill a club, and they'd all be there every time. And that's what kept us going each time. It's like, you know what? We can do it here. We can do it somewhere else, too. So
yeah, and they're still there. And, they're amazing. And so I think some of them are even more excited than we are some days. Yeah. But that excitement gets us excited again. Yeah. So, this is always home,
It's crazy. In my news feed on Facebook, every single day from somebody new, I see like a picture of the album or somebody took a screenshot of them listening to like Emotionless on Pandora or something like that. So it's really, the Akron fans have always been incredibly, like you said, you come home after playing to the bartenders, and you fill a club. It's always been awesome.
Which is different now for us, which is amazing because of this record and the radio. But
well, I got to ask you though. I mean, you guys have always had this really nicely polished sound. I mean, it just wasn't, because you hear a lot of local bands. You get some tapes and some CDs in the mail. You listen to them, and it's like a garage sort of a feel. But your sound has always been very pristine. And I think obviously that's a testament to your musicianry, but also your voice, Mike. I think it just always was like out there, so clean and so pure.
Thank you.
Where did that come from for you? Was there training or?
It's actually really funny. My first band in high school, I only sang because I could sing out of the best of us. Like out of the 4 of us, I sang the best. So I never considered myself a singer. And when I first met Ryan, we were gonna start something together, and I kept saying like, I'm a guitar player, but I'll sing.
Yeah, I actually asked him. I ran into him at a gas station, believe it or not. That's how I met him. We went to high school together, but didn't know each other. And I walked up to him. I was so sick of looking for singers. I had a drummer, I had a bass player. My band just broke up, and I asked him, and he said no, I didn't sing. And then he called like 4 months later and said he'd give it a shot. So we were like, okay, well, let's give him a shot. He's got to do Led Zeppelin, Alice in Chains, and I forget what else. We tried to make it impossible, and he came down and killed it. So
let's talk about high schools. Where'd y'all go?
I'm with the Talmadge.
Talmadge.
Cuyahoga Falls.
It's St. V's.
St. V. Pat, where'd you go?
Kettleville High School in Albany, New York.
All right.
Nobody cares.
Shout out to
Pat.
all
Go Bears, right?
Dutchman.
Oh, Dutchman.
Oh, the Dutchman.
What is a Dutchman?
Go the Dutchman.
You're a Dutchman.
So you guys are doing a lot of touring. You're doing radio interviews.
Yeah,
everywhere,
Where's the
yeah.
road taking you so far?
We just got back from. I mean, we went to Seattle and back, which was cool.
Yeah.
We've not spent a lot of time in that side of the country, like the Dakotas and Oregon.
Pacific Northwest was
beautiful.
Beautiful up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We just did
Oregon
that
is
run,
amazing.
and that was amazing.
The most inspiring part of the country.
Yeah,
in
it's
my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
We've really
the sky
been-
looks bigger.
Yeah, we've really been everywhere though. We started with Cedar and went south, then east, northeast, and back, and then with Pop Evil just now we went, west and back, and even before that, nothing more was like Texas, New Mexico, and back. So pretty much hitting everywhere. It's just time. I think it's time to go out of the country.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really seriously done the West Coast yet, like California,
Which
like
we-
the
which
lower
we will
West
coming
Coast,
up.
right.
Yeah.
So that's
we'll be able to do that
next.
soon.
Yeah. What? Any crazy? Is this the busiest you guys have been as a touring band?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any crazy stories from the road with like Pop Evil or Seether, any of those guys?
There's always some kind of debauchery. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like I don't.
What are the
People
rules
ask
of
us
the
that.
country?
I can never narrow it down. What's something that happened recently?
Tyler, you had a rule. You said
I
one
don't
of the
know.
rules is never talk about what happens on the road.
Well, no,
At least on camera and
I
microphone.
don't know how much I have to censor.
We could be the judge of that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, mute him now.
Censor button.
I'm trying to think like what would be a crazy story.
I'm trying to think of something.
I mean, when we first went out with Pop Evil, one of the other opening bands, the singer was a male model, and these people came and they like paid him a bunch of money. They picked him up in a limo and stuff, and like we're all like, "What the heck is this?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're paying me to like go do a photo shoot." And like, I guess that night he like got tied to a bed. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
And like,
God.
he was
had
like
to
freaking
escape.
out, like it was like a
Oh,
real
really?
thing, like almost like an abduction, just like really crazy.
So he wasn't expecting that part
No.
of the gig.
No.
I got it. Let's talk about. Well, let's stay away from that. Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
If I think of one, I'll chime in. with
Okay,
it.
yeah, just jump in with it. Because I was going to ask you about inspiration. You mentioned how inspiring the Pacific Northwest was.
Yeah.
What inspires the songs that you come up? They're all so original, and I know you've probably all been through doing the Zeppelin and the Alice in Chains covers for crowds that's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
But what inspires you guys to come up with the music you come up with?
It's always something
Yeah, I think
personal.
everyday
I think.
life, too.
Yeah. Everyday life. You know. Everybody always asks us where we got our name too.
Yeah.
And I thought Mike and I, when we first met, wanted to be like the next Rage Against the Machine, kind of like a
Yeah.
political band. But that sounds like a digression. But what we realized is it's way more fun when you write in the moment, like you have something that really matters to you, and that's where it comes from. That's where it always comes from.
One of my favorite songs by you guys, I was hoping it would be on here, was Illusions.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I got to use that. We did a little bit of a local music thing with a local music farm down in Canton.
Oh, yeah.
And we would do like here spotlighting in some of the local talent, and
I remember
Illusion
that.
ended up on my desk, and,
Yeah.
or that disc ended up on my desk, and I thought this is a really fine piece of work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
but we knew you guys were that good, and then it just seemed like, wow, these guys are really getting good. They're really like
Thank you.
skyrocketing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny because we, a lot of people, especially from this area, mention older material that didn't make this record, and our answer to that really is that those songs will never go away. They're just they didn't make this record, but they'll be reintroduced as time goes on. But we had to kind of narrow the focus on a product so we could really get the attention going. So it's not overwhelming because we have over 75 songs now.
Yeah.
For real, and so you can't just unload that kind of material and have it be able to be absorbed.
Right.
So you have to condense it down to what we think is collectively the best 11 songs.
Is there a thought process to putting them all in the order that you want them on the disc and all that stuff?
That
was terrible.
Not really. We stayed out of that part. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, wouldn't you guys say, Tyler? Like Mike, once we were.
I hate naming songs. I hate naming
Yeah,
the
we
band.
hate naming songs. We hate putting them in order. We love writing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. I think we just kind of let them pick.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, what's the formula to that? Do you have an idea?
Yeah.
Start off heavy, slow it down, pick it up. I don't know.
Back when they used to do the old thematic sort of a one thing, the A through Z of an album,
Right.
and they would
Yeah.
get the whole story. But sometimes if it's just one good song after another, it's another good way of doing it. Let's talk about the album design. Let's give some props to the people that the person that designed
This
your
is
album.
all hand drawn by Douglas Granger, And he was a good friend of ours that actually worked at Guitar Center with us when pretty much all of us worked at Guitar. Actually, everyone except Pat worked at Guitar Center in Akron. And
Did you work at the one in Albany though?
No.
Okay. All right.
so he was a guy that worked there with us. He's now doing his own graphic design and stuff like that. But I always enjoyed his artwork. He always did posters for local bands, and it was always hand drawn. And I was like, you know what? Let's have Doug give a shot at this because we wanted something different. We're seeing a lot of these rock bands like today, and they're coming out. It's like really, I don't know the word, but like stale graphics. It's just like a picture of something, and it's like a graphic that's made on a computer, and we really wanted something hand drawn, and he killed it. I think he did a great job, and we wanted to pay tribute a little bit to our home in Akron. That's why the street is Main Street.
I'm going to say when you get the CD, if you still buy CDs and not download, you will open this little thing up inside, and it's the front picture basically, but it's in vertical form of downtown Akron, right in front of looks like Baxter's perhaps across from the Civic.
Right around.
Yeah, right around there. What's Doug's explanation of who this person is? Anything or just somebody?
We kind of gave him the explanation of what Polyester Zeal meant, which was a song that Ryan and I wrote back in 2008. It was an old song, and the idea behind the song is it's kind of the juxtaposition between polyester, which is something cheap and obtainable, and zeal, which is something you strive to have or to get to. And the juxtaposition kind of is, what makes you happy? No matter the price, no matter what it's worth to someone else, what makes you happy? What's your polyester zeal? And so we came up with this concept. It's a homeless man. He's pushing a cart full of trophies and stuff like that. It's like what good is that to him? But it makes him happy. It doesn't matter.
Happy, yeah.
So he's going to push that cart around every day. It doesn't matter. So that's kind of the idea behind it, and he drew it. Yeah.
I like the artwork inside. Now, if you're getting a close-up of this right now, which I don't think they will, but they probably will at some point, this doesn't necessarily come with your names all over your faces. I made you do that because we're going to give these away.
Right.
But the artwork inside, kind of a Beatles reference, you guys said?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Huge Beatles fan. Especially Ryan's family is a Beatles nuts.
Oh, yeah, I grew up. They're probably the reason I even started playing music.
Yeah.
My uncle owns Time Traveler's CD here in Akron. And he's the biggest Beatles fan I've ever met. But, yeah, that's what I grew up on. So, a little testament to that.
That's nice.
So.
That's nice. Well, I think at this point, maybe if you want to go grab your guitars, we could do something live right here, or perhaps that handsome young man with the ball cap will come and drop them off for us.
He's on the cover there, too.
He's on the cover, too?
Oh,
that's him right there holding the sign.
This is Dave, yeah. That's our tour manager. He's been with us for a long time.
Dave's like,
yeah, he's going to start signing them, too.
Yeah, we suggest if anybody doesn't have a Dr. Dave, they go get one.
Yeah. So treat right now a live and acoustic version of The Other Side off Polyester Zeal from the band Red Sun Rising here on Akron Buzz.
I know I'm not as hot as the flame that burned here before me. I've been flipping through all your moments and tearing out memories. How long can we carry this note? How long can we keep digging this hole until we come out on the other side? Crawling through mud, what's the difference when you come out on the other side? And falling from grace, what's the difference when you come out on the other side? The other side, the other side, where you come out alone. Trying to wash all of my sins clean. I've gotten too filthy. The drain is full, but still circles beneath me like a fool to sanity. how long can we carry this note? How low can we keep digging this hole until we come out on the other side? Crawling through mud, what's the difference when you come out on the other side? Falling from grace, what's the difference when you come out on the other side? The other side, the other side, where you come out alone. Will you come out alone? Will you come out at all? Will you come out alone? Yeah, yeah. Crawling through mud, what's the difference when you come out on the other side? And falling from grace, what's the difference when you come out on the other side? The other side, the other side, on the other side, the other side, where you come out alone.
The Other Side, live in the studio here this afternoon from Red Sun Rising. That was awesome. It's
Thank
so
you.
cool just to sit here and watch you guys do that so close. Thanks, man. Excellent sound. Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
Ricky, good seeing you again.
Yeah, you
good luck
too,
to you
man.
guys.
Thank you so much
Pat
for
down
having
there. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Ryan and Tyler,
Hey,
both
good
of
to see you again, man.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for having
stopping
us.
in and let us do this today.
Heck yeah, thanks for having us.
And good luck in the future
Thank
and
you.
much more success with this and everything else you guys decide to put your minds to.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim.